Greetings. Everybody having fun? Good. Good deal. Well, I see they're silencing people in the county that you talked about being under judgment. That's always good. That's always good. I guess if powerful people are worried about what we're going to say next, well, powerful people must have done something. They must have done something if they're worried. They wanted you in fear, and now I guess they're worried. And who cares? Can't do anything about that. Can't do anything. Did we ever find that Earth Angel they tried to sacrifice? I hear they were trying to profit off an anointing, or somebody the universe was setting a table for a bunch of enemies or something like that. Something like that. It's just what it is. Yeah, my question is, if you're correct that large groups of people were sitting around waiting for a healer to pass away, does that mean that the healers, if what comes around goes around, does that mean the healer is going to have to sit around and watch others? As I like people watching. I do. I like people watching. I think the universe pretty much gives everybody a fair chance, but the whole time's up thing, that's kind of shocking. Well, I guess things do come with the seasons, don't they? Interesting. When I see counties putting out gag orders and powerful people are worried about what's going to be said next, and people are wondering how the introverted, intuitive, that, you know, it's just what it is. I guess they'll have to figure it out, won't they? Why don't I think it's better. I think it's better to just let them figure it out. I think it is. It's kind of been over a barrel, isn't it? And, if the light triggers their demons, well, then, I mean, that's always going to be a concern. Number one, there's demons. The fuck? Number two, where is everyone else with light that triggers demons? I want to see that shit. I want to see it. I want to see them wings. MR ducks. MR not ducks. OSAR, see them wings. LIBMR ducks. You ever seen that before? That's what it is. I'll put it in the comments. See, I already gave you the answer before you tried to figure it out. MR ducks. MR not ducks. OSAR, see them wings. LIBMR ducks. It's just what it is. You got to understand the language of spirit. And there's certain signs and things that, I mean, there's just a lot of, when you've got death in the cards, do we even care anymore? Has everyone pushing up Daisy? That's my rug. I think we're more worried about material things at this point. It's a fucking rug. When I hear a reader tell me that it's time to declutter, I thought, yeah, Puppy will help you declutter a lot of things. Yeah, she will. Everything she pulls out that, that we just don't need anymore, it becomes a chew toy or trash instantly. It's amazing how that works, isn't it? Expect things to get a lot more weirder. Have we found that Earth Angel they tried to sacrifice with voodoo and weird shit all you girls have been talking about for a fucking year? I want to find. I hear there's a lot of unicorn spirit running around the collective. Is that an INFJ unicorn? Because they have T-shirts. Those sexy bastards have T-shirts. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Last time I checked, INFJ women were God. Ask Atlantis at the end of Dogma. It's true. It's true. It's true. She blew Loki's mind right before you can transmute it out of that role, I guess. That's what it is. Matt Damon. Bah! Matt Damon and been afflicted. They are. There's some sick monsters, and it's okay. It's okay. I've been sick before too. It's once you're healed, that's when you become a monster. Yeah, you're a healed monster at that point. God got us all that is angels, archangels, ascended masters, divine white light. I should be a clear and infinite channel for your wisdom, myself as well as those that I do readings for. Namaste. Now, did you hear that simple prayer? That's not Emmer Ducks, Emmer not Ducks, OSARCM Wings, LIB, Emmer Ducks. No. That was angels, archangels, and ascended masters of the divine white light. I ask that I be a clear and infinite channel for your wisdom, not only for myself, but for those that I do readings for. Now, if you hear that prayer and you understand the power of prayer, then how the fuck are you going to ask me how I know the things I know? Regardless of what anyone thinks or throws out there to take the fucking bait, how can the universe use you as bait for people hiding in the shadows with dark entities working through them? If they have a clue, it's a phone call away. Most of this is for entertainment purposes only, and I love to be wrong. Never hesitate correcting me. It's just what it is. The energy is everywhere. It's all over the place. It's all over the place. It's here. It's there. It is everywhere. Love, light, truth set you free. And that's the only way that we can learn is by disagreeing with each other. It's the only way that we can learn. And I mean, I disagree with anyone hiding an Earth Angel in their IP address. I mean, it's just what it is. It's just what it is. I think that a lot of things can be found that way. I do. I really do. And I think we can absolutely change reality, because if you've got them wanting the divine protection on one end in groups that are probably not so savory people, check out my community page. We've got not so savory people. We've got the really savory people. They wear the funny hat, whatnot. They want to know why people were freaking chosen 144. I had to snatch the Homer meme. Homer not dealing with the 3D town talk anymore, because you can't see what's behind them. You can't see what's behind them. And then once they know that you've activated your intuitive abilities, then they know that you can see what's behind them, and they don't like that. They don't like that. But we're not responsible for what people like. No, we're not. We're not responsible for any of that at all. Did we find out where these individuals are that have the dark entities working through them? Is that trigger demons? Is that what that is? Interesting. Nothing happens by chance. Everything happens for a reason. There is always a method to the madness. There is no such thing as a coincidence. It is all a co-created experience with the divine. So, yeah, I think if there's some hidden dark entities working through people. I mean, occult does mean hidden. A moon, sun, Ra means hidden God in plain sight. It's just what it is. I can't do anything about that. Yeah, there sure is a lot of Loki energy. It's just what it is. You don't think their mischief affected the God Force energy, do you? You don't think them projecting a bunch of mischief into a sponge? fueled an ascension? You don't think it did, do you? Do you? Left brain, right brain, and the subconscious mind. And, you know, Puck Elf, that is your real name. As far as being a tree in a past life, that was one of Dolores Cannon's favorite things to do, was to figure out what the hell you were talking about in a past life regression. She's had people that were rocks. She's had people that were trees. She's had people that were animals. Right? Sit down and do the research. What the hell is this person explaining to me? Oh, they're a dolphin. Trying to put it into human words. That's what it is. Right? It's the whole point of giving your pets a personality so that they can ascend. What's with the whole the rainbow bridge? That's what that poem is about, with an unknown author. Imagine that. However, what was taken from you will always be returned in one way or another. And when you're dealing with Gemini moon energy and Leo rising sun energy and that Lover's card energy, from the sun to the moon to the Leo rising with an activated chakra system, that's the rainbow arc. That's what it is. It's a covenant with God. That prayer alone activates that channel. Connected, you can do a 12-step program. It doesn't matter what you do to get into contact with your higher self. Things change rapidly. The soul is more powerful than you can possibly imagine. Most people don't even know that they have one. Or they're an empty vessel with a dark entity working through them from the shadows, and that's got to be alarming to some people. That's what it is. When you hear them talking about NPCs, that's Dolores Cannon's backdrop, people. Thank you, Daisy. Cards in the upright? No, cool. I knew that. Just flip them around. You see that sleight of hand? That's what it is. We slowed it down for you. Predominant question on everyone's mind is the truth. Look at that. Have we learned how to talk through spirit? Have we learned the language of spirit yet? All right, that's what it is. You know, I hear they went up against a healer that is protected by the spirits. That can't be good. That can't be good. Not for them, anyway. Not for them. That might end pretty bad for them, I would think. Or freaking, it's what it is. I mean, you're talking about, I don't know what they're talking about. You would have to go and ask them. That is them problems at this point. Looks like a master from the 5D stepped onto the scene. Top row is the 5D moving down through time and space to the 3D. Then took the power away. Oh, truth will always take their power away. That's what it is. Well, we're not going to fight that. How are you going to fight people with no power? This is what it is. We're not going to fight. This is the fight card. It's the anger not card. We're not going to anger over a bunch of people that are losing their power. How are you going to fight something that's powerless? It's what it is. Upside down karmics. It's what it is. It's what it is. There is a lot of this in the cards. There is a lot of this in the cards because it was kind of like they tried to do this to a healer. It was like, you know, a healer steps onto the scene, you know, and took their power away. Didn't fight with that shit. It's like karmics are being flipped upside down, and we're not worried about that. That's what it is. Powerless upside down karmics. You can't do anything about that. You can't do anything about that. Chances are those don't move right. It's just what it is. I can't do anything about that. Can't do anything about that. They got a 50-50 chance at this point. That's what it is. On their own. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. Right? You grow or you don't. Tell them, Daisy. Tell them pushing up, Daisy. That's what it is. It's just what it is. Anyway. So, yeah, and it's what it is. Most people put their heart into the wrong thing, and that's understandable. It's understandable. Expect the unexpected. It's in God's hands now. Okay, great. What do those things mean? What do those things mean? Pisces ancestors don't play? Okay, great. What do those things mean? What do those things mean? Do we need a card at the end? No. Cool. We'll go on down. What is supporting the master? Love is all there is. It's just what it is. Love always wins. So, love supporting the master. What is supporting this loss of power in due time? The energy exchange. Oh, we got a master calling their power back? Where are these masters? Because when I hear group, you got to think. Define group. What is a group? Are those like groupers? When it comes to Pisces, or when it comes to the fish, are those like groupers? Are those like bass masters? Are we thinking we got bass masters in love? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? I'm not going to fight that shit. They don't meditate. They didn't listen to their higher self. Did we ever find out who did the voodoo work on that crown activation that's most likely got your planet upside down right now? Did we ever figure out who did that? It's just what it is. Karmics are upside down. Here's my card. Thank you for that. Higher consciousness is supporting a bunch of upside down karmics. What it is. That's what it is. Karmic lessons are meant to be learned. How can they possibly have their heart weighed against a feather if it's not heavy first? Lighten up. You just got to lighten these things up. Anyway, we're certainly not worried about this situation. It's like the feminine energies, the one thing that they did not want to come into power just so happens to be in my birth chart. Just so happens to be in my birth chart. So that's what it is. I mean, that's the thing, is you don't really want to leave anyone behind, but when a group leaves one behind, chances are everybody comes back in the end and leaves that group behind, especially the ancestors. And it's what it is. I mean, if what you say is true, and I can confirm that a lot of the weird shit that was going around here, yeah, once we cleared that energy, it had to go back somewhere. So, not responsible for that. We gave them plenty of time. We gave the frenemies plenty of time, right? Now, Spirit says they have a 50-50 chance. However, if their hearts are upside down, your prayers have been answered. Look at that. The meek shall inherit the earth. Imagine that. Imagine that. That's what it is. So we've got a 5D master over top of love's intent to help her heal. Look at that. Hey, that's some Reiki, isn't it? So when it comes to cord cutting or calling your energy back or balancing your rainbow chakra system for the Lover's card in twin Gemini moon energy in a divine union that they didn't want to happen. That's what it is. When you've got people looking outside of themselves, right? They depend on outside entities for their information. Cool. That's why that shit's all in the cards. Cool. You came here to learn how to be human. Right? They get involved with these entities, and then they have to pay up to those entities. That's what it is. Right? Information that people were not supposed to know about, that they used on a healer that pulls it out of people. Had many, many past lives. Some not in this dimension. Some not on this planet. Some not as human. It's just what it is. Thousands of sessions under Dolores Cannon's belt alone. So that's what it is. Now she makes hundreds of practitioners in over 117 countries daily. That's what it is. You got 1 million followers. Chances are there's 1 million people working under that modality for a reason. And not one of them has ever been involved in a lawsuit till you come to Redneck City, USA, where they play with witchcraft right across the street from the courthouse. Woohoo! They lost their power. Energy exchange is over top of intuition. Imagine that. Health and intuition. Is that like intuitive healing? Is that what that is? Is that intuitive healing? Oh, well, we're not going to fight that. Chances are they don't meditate to begin with, and we're just removing that negative energy. That's what it is. Health and intuition will always remove negative energy. That's what it is. You're a human lie detector. In fact, that's the last thing they want to toy with. That's what it is. If they have to tell the truth about that, they have to tell the truth about everything. Fucking, they know they can't do that. That's why they're bent over a barrel. Oh, God. That's why they silence the truth in every way they possibly can. And now they have found something spiritually protected that they can't. Cool. That's the love, the life, the truth, and the way. We all know what these crooked bastards do to people like that. We all know. Ask them. Ask them. We all know what they do. Ask what INFJs are known for dealing with people like that. Ask Abraham Lincoln. Ask Martin Luther King. That's what it is. Where was their shield of protection? Where were their past life regressions? What kind of intuitive abilities did they have? Were they able to call their power back and return to sender tenfold? Were they doing these things? It's one of my favorite stories about Julia Cannon. And Dolores tells a story about her daughter. And does a past life regression. And the kids, it wasn't that they didn't get along. They were just brother and sister. They had their own lives. They were doing their own thing. And I probably shouldn't even tell this story, but I am. So Dolores Cannon's daughter, she's very easy to go under. Julia's easy. She's easy to get down into subnombulistic trance. She's a subnombalist. So Dolores gets her down, and what happens? Well, she's a newspaper editor. Okay. She's a man back in California somewhere editing the sports page. Interesting. Okay. Tell me more. So she's in a park, gets assassinated. That's what it is. So, her son, Dolores' son, comes, school, whatever, been doing whatever, who knows. Dolores is experimenting on her kids. She's guinea pigging her children. They don't ever talk, especially not about what Dolores is doing to them behind closed doors with confidentiality. However, she's got the shit recorded. So she takes her son down. Her son's a mobster. Running around doing hits for the bookies. Come across this editor for the newspaper. Guess what? They ended up being brother and sister. It's how the law of karma works. So that's why it's so mind-blowing to have that shit play out before your eyes on this recording. The Wheel of Karma and Tarot, I got 40 of those. Is each one just as baffling as the next? I don't know. Ask Anubis. Simple enough. Ask the Holy Ghost that judges you. You judge you. It's between you and the all that is. Okay, cool. Where do you fit in the all that is? Energy is everything. Love is everything. The all that is. Cool. Where do you fit? And where does your big toe, your consciousness, the tip of your nose, your brain, and every thought that you don't know where it comes from, where does that fit in the all that is the mind, the law of mentalism, the all that is? Karmics are upside down. Here's my card. So it is. We'll be nurturing something different. We've got the keys to unlock. Fuckery or treachery, they're both to me the same thing. So that's what it is. They're worried about what I'm going to say next. I'm worried about what next natural disaster is going to remove them out of my way. Follow the signs, Pisces. Oh, I am. You got storms and shit named after people I know. Something very fucking fishy is going on. That seems to be lined up just like the spiritual warrior's journey as a healer, because that's what it would be. It's what it would be. In these past life regressions, you have 3 fates: spinner, water, and inflexible. Once the 3 fates have been activated, you're their what did she say? You're their justice, but not their final destination. No, their final destination is already set in stone. You choose your entry. You choose your mission. You have a mission. Okay, cool. You don't complete your mission till the end, right? Can't no one stop you from completing your mission but you. They got in the way of the destiny. Cool. That was their mission. That was their karma. My job, see something, say something, doesn't mean they have to do it. Right? I do believe there's a rap song. The bitches talk shit than an abandoned ship. That's what it is. Thank you for the 5-star reviews. That's what it is. Right? However, now in Karmicville, there's another song by that same artist. How does it go? Call an ambulance to come and pick the people up. That's what it is. They don't need a healer. They need an ambulance at this point. So we're not worried about that. Feminine's in the upright. Ta-da! The change in consciousness. Karmic's getting karma because that's what it is. They don't want to do the work. Great. Call an ambulance to come and pick those people up. Put their bodies on a stretcher and carry their ass out. Works for me. So we've got a lack of faith in the situation and a bunch of frenemies. Imagine that. Ego deaths. And you ladies, I heard that said last night, and I took a pause. I took a long pause because you're right. The ego death comes right before the rest of the situation. That's what it is. I mean, I can't do anything about that. Thank you for the beautiful 5-star reviews. Thank you for everyone that got in the way in various different ways. Thank you for the fucking storms and shit named after people that I know. It's what they're going to appreciate that. They're going to appreciate that. It's certainly shit going down in the history books. Thank you for getting in our Akashic records. Certainly want to thank you, demons, for harvesting energy off of the divine feminine for your creativity, because the devil can't create. And now the devil is exposing these people. It's just what it is. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about the signs, the synchronicities, and the omens of my Akashic records matching your creativity. You think they stole the intellectual property? They got all of us. That's why we're called chosen ones. Think about that. They targeted us for what? To harvest energy off of. Okay, great. Now that we're calling our energy back, what's happening? Fucking your world's falling apart. That's what it is. So how do you compensate for that? How do you compensate for them targeting us, harvesting energy off of us? Now we're calling our energy back in waterfalls. Taking our power back for healing ourselves and others, just to find out that they had been harvesting the divine light the whole time. Cool, great. So where are those others? Where are those others that were lined up? Because it is the 3 fates in a past life, the higher self channel. They did a beautiful. Let me give credit where credit's due. They gave a beautiful example. They gave a beautiful example of the wheel of karma. Okay, great. So she said the big kahuna comes, the tsunami. You have 3 choices. Your blessings come in 3s. You can run towards the wave like a warrior. Oh, like dumbasses do. Try to fight that 80-foot wave. Get bashed, battered, beaten. Feel every ounce. Feel every ounce of the pain. And then you come back with a tailor-made life. And look at how Pisces do it. Well, shit's just kind of tailor-made in divine timing with the divine. You're co-creating with the divine because chances were you was a dumbass warrior last time that run against the wave. Or 2, keep in mind, Star Wars is a perfect rendition of the 7 Hermetic principles. Cool. It fits the second thing that the higher self channel spoke on. Breathe in the blue, fucking know you're going home, and beam me up, Scotty. You're ascended instantly. Cool. That's kind of what I did with their voodoo and their death magic, isn't it? Strike me down and you'll make me more powerful than you can possibly imagine. Right? They went up against a healer with death magic. Cool. So when you go up against an earth angel, where my birth chart, my Leo rising in Saturn, that's the most high. That's that spiritual ranking that they're talking about. Reiki is in my frickin' birth chart. That's that spiritual ranking that they're talking about all across tarot land. Cool. So when you come at that healer with death magic, an earth angel, what do you end up having? Right? They cast death magic at an earth angel, forcing a transformation. As a QHHT practitioner, I do the same thing. I take you through the death experience, but I don't force the transformation. That's bending free will. You come to me. Cool. So they bent free will. I don't bend free will. Match is a match. That's the angel of death and transformation to these people. I put an end to that shit. It began with me. I end it with me. I'm the boss. So that's what it is. Why they're in my business doesn't matter. I really don't care. Thank you for the free advertising. Thank you for free advertising of 5-star reviews. That's what it is, right? Now people need an ambulance instead of a healer. Fucking fantastic. Clear the path. Stay in your lane meets the Iron Chariot. Prayers being answered in the situation. Yeah, black magic was used. Hey, like them apples? Spirits were invoked. Now you have dark entities working through these people. Cool. Better call 911. Call an ambulance to come and pick them people up. Take their bodies to the nut house and let the demons run free. That's what it is. Health situation. That's what it is. Emotional balance is in the upright. Master over top of love's intent to help her heal. Right? Became an emotional issue. Not for me. For the Karmics who lost their power. Truth, and it's intuitive healing. Cool. So intuition means what? Psychic shit? You're using your intuition? Cool. So when you're using your intuition on people that are full of shit, what ends up happening? They get insecure. Right? They think their job is to stop that. Their competition for that when they're basically what? 0-star humans? Cool. They lost their power. Right? Energy exchange over intuition and the truth. Yeah, fucking they have no gratitude. That's what it is. Balanced emotions. They're happiness haters. Cool. Okay, great. So we're dealing with a bunch of happiness haters that now have to call an ambulance to come and pick those people up. Put their bodies on a stretcher, carry their ass out. I like to sing songs too. So it is. Call the ambulance. Anyway, people are going, we're not going to fight this spiritual war anymore. Time is up. These people don't meditate. Their negativity is being removed. Families in the upright are seeing what's going on. That's what it is. That's what it is. I mean, you're okay, cool. So you don't have I don't have any employees. I had one, right? That's the IT guy that's all off in your fucking cards is creating chaos and havoc that's, assed out. That's what it is. I was able to pick that energy up a long time ago. Nothing to worry about, right? Change your passwords, do whatever. Not worried about any of that shit. Right? Hire a better company, right? Change your passwords. Now they're locked out. Okay, da-da-da-da-da. All right, so we move past that situation. What do you end up having? A community that sided with the fucking worker, went on strike when they've got no fucking business around. They have no business with me. Think about that. That is the energy that you have in the cards. Is one person that you catered to, right? Gets pissed off when you cut them off. Starts a fucking hate train with everyone they met that came into the business. Now they're all cursed, them and everyone involved. I've still got 5-star reviews. And what? Now all those people are sick? Why? Because they went on strike with the fucking loser that got fired? Or just got cut off. It wasn't even a firing. You quit fucking feeding the little vampires and they leave. And once you stop feeding them, they leave. It's amazing how that works. Stop feeding a motherfucker, they will take off. They will. It's amazing. Especially when they're heavier than you are. Doesn't matter. I don't care. Right? I've got 5-star reviews, and you've got a hate train of people that went on the picket line and protest like they were fucking employees of what? Fucking unhealthy practices? Cool, great. Call the ambulance for those people. There's nothing. Put their body on a stretcher and carry their ass out. Nothing you can do for them. That's what it is. Families in the upright, and yeah, we've got no compassion for that shit. That's what it is. That's what it is. I'm not concerned. You've got people running around in fear with fucking. Okay, so you've got an angelic Reiki master. Great. What is the opposition to that? Fucking demons! Trigger demons! The angelic Reiki light triggers their demons. Okay, great. Enjoy. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. Right? You got readers talking about they cast demons at the healer. Fucking angels whip that shit right into shape. Oh, now you got angels and demons here. We've had many, many past lives. That's what it is. How would I know a trigger demon if I wasn't one? Takes one to know one. However, yeah, they're not expecting. They weren't expecting that level of spiritual protection to come onto the scene. They weren't expecting aliens and shit, starseeds, angels. They weren't expecting any of that to show up. They just weren't. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. Fucking yeah, it's total failure. Put their body on a stretcher, carry their ass out. Total failure. That black magic shit, total failure. Nothing I can do about that. Final outcome for the 5. Well, no. Let me back up. Nothing happens by chance. I shouldn't have been talking on that. However, black magic is a total failure. However, yes, nurturing that individual. I'm going to go ahead. That's what it is. Nurturing that individual, total failure. Black magic, total failure. We'll save that for the end. The change in consciousness, yeah, fucking manifestations, total failure. Nothing they manifest will ever grow. You can't do anything, but why would these ladies be saying they went up against a healer and now have cursed themselves and all involved? Okay, great. What does that mean? What does that mean? And where are these healers? Because I certainly don't want to go up against those healers. Oh my God. Oh no. Where are these healers that all these fucking girls are talking about? I got to find that healer. Last thing I do want to do. Go up against that mythical INFJ unicorn motherfucker. Oh no, you got to find me that individual. I'm not cursing myself and everyone I know. Women who can't teach you anything, following their broken hearts in the 5D, have taken a bunch of frenemies to answered prayers and a fucking even exchange of energy. Harmony and balance. It's what it is. So, fucking yeah, masculines are upside down because of it. Imagine that shit. Yeah, they're losing all of their cash. Imagine that shit. However, once again, what did we just have? We had total failure on what they were nurturing. Cool. Everything was a total failure to that point. Right? What does black magic get you? Yeah, they initiated or attuned into the wrong thing. Isn't there a death cult initiation or what? A promise that they made? And now Spirit has stepped in and is taking all of them instead. Okay, great. So what does that look like? Spirit taking all of them instead. Well, it means they got together in a collaboration. Chose to do so. It means that as they start to fall, they had followers. They had people that loved them because they were full of shit. They were a facade. They were a fucking image. They were a following. Cool. So now what are you going to have? Oh, God, this person. Call an ambulance to come and pick that person up. Put their body on a stretcher, carry their ass out. And then you go, oh, but we liked them so much. Even though they were a fucking this, they were a that. They went up against a healer and got their ass handed to them. We loved that person. Cool. That's what it is. There's honor among thieves. That's what it is. Been there. There's honor among those that are unhealed. Right? You'll have the whole gang go after the crackhead before helping out the fucking something honorable. That's what it is. So that's what we have to look forward to. Namaste.